Was this the best wildlife photography adventure I'd ever been on? To visit what is possibly the largest nesting colony of northern gannets in the world, I drove 12 hours to Quebec, through mountains, moose, and foggy, rugged coastlines, before hopping on a boat to reach the island. What were these birds like? Are they lovers or fighters? Why are there so many in one place? Keep watching to learn more about gannets and find out what it was like to photograph them.
Photographing and seeing northern gannets has always been kind of one of those bucket list dream type things for me. And I've always associated it with something really far north. I live in New England, northern New England. We're at the edge of the boreal forest, so that's really piqued my interest. Gannets are a seabird, and they breed, I should say, in more northerly locations. Some famous places would be in the British Isles, Scotland, I believe Iceland. But this colony is one of the furthest south.
After landing on the island, I made the 2.5-kilometer hike through the lush boreal forest. Filled with wildflowers and birdsong. My excitement built as I neared the foggy cliffs and heard the gannets. I was awed. The enormous gannet colonies seemed to stretch on and on and on. Just how big is this colony?
Actually, for a long time it's been the second largest gannet colony in the world. But I was talking to the biologist, and she said bird flu last year was really bad. It took out about 13% of this population. So I think they were at 55,000 pairs, but I think it's down into the 40s now. But I guess in Europe, probably one of the ones in the British Isles, they suffered a 55% loss due to the bird flu. So this is now the biggest gannet colony in the world.
Northern gannets spend much of their lives at sea, in waters near the continental shelf. These birds, with 6-foot wingspans, dive for fish from heights of over 100 feet at 60 miles per hour, with their wings folded back and hit the water like bullets. So why are these open ocean roamers all here at once, packed so tightly? Breeding. One of the images I wanted to capture was of the pair bonding act known as fencing. Behind this image is an impressive story of monogamy. Gannets mate for their lifetimes, which can be 35 years. Mates take turns going on extended fishing trips over hundreds of miles, and are somehow able to find each other among the tens of thousands of gannets in the colony. Upon returning and landing, they confirm their identity and renew their bond by engaging in a mutual fencing ritual, which consists of tapping bills, bowing, and preening each other's necks. Despite the crowds, I guess they don't need privacy to bring about the next generation. Gannets only lay one egg per year. Nest building is of the utmost importance, so they need to get it right. Males do most of the nest building and use grass, seaweed, feathers, and other items, and cement it together with mud and their own excrement. Chicks are born after 42 to 46 days of incubation and remain nestlings for 3 months. It's not always the summer of love at the colony, however. Males will fiercely defend their nest and one chance of having surviving offspring, and fight other males that get too close. The fights can be vicious, with eye gouging, choking, stabbing, Even though they had a fighting side, I found gannets to be intriguing and intrepid seabirds. Hopefully this spirit will help them survive as a species. At present, northern gannets are not endangered, with a global breeding population of about 700,000 and a North American breeding population of 155,000. Many of the breeding colonies are now on protected land. The island I visited was made a Canadian national park in 1971, a move that did require evicting 35 families from the south side of the island that had deep roots there. After 2 days of visiting the Gannet colony, it was time to say goodbye to the island and its many wonders, and head back towards home. On the way, I spent a few days hiking in the Chick-Chalk Mountains in Gaspe National Park, observing boreal birds, and climbing to barren peaks. I even found my first ever caribou in the wild, on the top of a 4,000-foot mountain. What a powerful moment. Was this the best wildlife photography trip ever? Maybe. These were certainly wonders I will cherish forever. But when I finally laid my head down at night back home, it was the sounds and visions of the Gannet colony that filled my mind.